Johnson. I'm in the Cinematic Arts Department.
I'm Luke Harris. I'm in the Cinematic Arts Department.
Wait, really?
But you can call me El Diablo.
You're in high school, so you got a lot of stuff going on. You got academics and stuff like that. So it's kind of like just an extra thing. Some teachers will kind of give you a little bit of leeway, especially if you have stuff coming up immediately. But it's definitely added pressure.
I mean, it's an interesting experience because obviously you learn about filmmaking and you get to make films, but also the biggest thing it's taught me is time management and like thinking things out to like the biggest possibility, if that makes sense. You know, you can't just show up and make a film because it's not going to turn out good, and that can apply to a lot of other aspects of life, which I think is really interesting.
Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
You can go first. I need to think a little bit.
Okay, so this was very early my freshman year. It was my first thing that I was doing. I was super excited. I'm like, I'm gonna do this. Now, I live kind of far from school. I live about an hour from school, and I live kind of in the opposite direction of everyone else. So it was hard for a lot of people to get down to where I was, especially because I was shooting at my house. Everyone was busy because it was later in the year, and we were shooting in a little attic space because that was the setting for my things. So when we first get there, I had a beach tech. It's like a little thing that you plug into the camera so you record better camera audio, and it just didn't work. It was really weird audio. Should never have gotten a beach tech. Have you ever experienced that with beach tech?
Yes.
So we were like, we don't have a way to record audio. But then our actor Charlie's like, oh no, I gotta go somewhere. So we had to record like half the movie and do as little audio as possible, and then just rush through the rest with just a Zoom because we didn't have a mic or anything, and it was just a lot of pressure, and that was probably my worst set experience.
I mean, I can't think of like a specific experience, although there have been sets where I just like literally just sit in the hallway and do homework because I have nothing to do, and that would be the worst thing because, you know, I showed up, I want to at least do something. But there was one set where I worked for, it was one weekend, it was 3 days of shooting, and I worked for 14 hours and then 15 hours and then 13 hours.
That's a lot of hours.
And yeah, that was a good time. One of the best experiences I've had on set was after a night of hard work on set. I was really proud of the filmmaker who was directing it, and we were setting up for one last shot, and I had to climb up onto this roof. And so I climbed up onto the roof with my friend, and then we set up this light. And I don't know why, like just being on that roof and like looking down on like the set and like everyone working hard in their like high school students was just really magical. And that sounds really cheesy.
For me, I don't really have that specific moment because, I mean, almost all the time on set, at least if you're doing something, it's great because you know you're helping someone else. Even if it's not your film, it feels good to be around other people that have the same interests as you, and we're all young filmmakers.
See, I have two answers to this question when I get asked. The first one is Space Jam, because I mean, it's just a really good movie. I like watching it. Who doesn't like Michael Jordan hanging around with a bunch of Looney Tunes characters?
I don't hear it. What is it?
Come on. Come on.
Keep on sweating.
Hey, guys. Hey, yes. Look who's finally ready to play.
Let's see if I remember how to do this.
Never seen Space Jam.
You should see Space Jam.
I
But my second answer, you can go first.
I don't know. One that comes to mind that I really love, especially for just the craft of it, is one by Alfred Hitchcock, and it's called Rope. I think it's one a little bit more overlooked, but it's so cool because I can't think of a lot of films like it.
This is what you wanted, isn't it? Somebody else to know. Somebody else to see how brilliant you are, just like at school. I told you he'd find out. But oh, no, you had to have him here. And now we're done for. Now I don't... No, you made me do it, and I hate you. I hate both of us. No.
stupid, babbling drunk. I'm sorry, Rupert. All right. All right.
Because this whole movie was kind of based on like Alfred Hitchcock drawing out each shot to like its maximum limit on the film that he had. 'Cause you can only shoot for like 15 minutes at a time. But it's really cool because it all takes place. There's no like cut in time. It's all in the same time. So you're in one place and you experience everything like you're part of the dinner party. I don't know. It's just a really cool and unique film.
I would say Hot Fuzz by Edgar Wright, mostly because I want to be a comedy writer. It's hilarious. It's so well written. Everything that's introduced is like played out in the end. All the characters are really well fleshed out, and like he just understands what a comedy is and how to write it well. And he shows that like a comedy isn't like penis jokes and fart jokes.
Want anything from the shop?
You've just been to the shop.
Thinking of a different shop.
Constable Butterman, this is not the time for personal errands.
Well, there's nothing going on, is there?
There is always something going on. You have to look closer, all right? What about this guy?
Mr. Treacher?
Yeah, why has he got that big coat on? Can't be cold. Why the extra layer? Maybe he's trying to hide something.
Mr. Treacher?
It's like it can be a real thing, and it can be a mastery of the craft.
So
I've been El Diablo.
I have been Luke Harris / Aiden Johnson / AJ / whatever you want to call me. Hit me up.
And we'll see you next time.